Hey guys, DC here, and this is my feedback on Furs of Fury on the Steam platform. Developer is Andy Diamond. So, for most of you guys who are followers or subscribers of my channel, this is a little bit different for me as far as this sort of critique, feedback, review. I normally review games that are on the Apple Arcade platform, but this came as a special request. I often like to support developers, on all platforms. So I'm big on that. So developer Andy Diamond reached out to me a few weeks ago, so I'm a little bit late on this. I've been caught up with a few different things, been traveling, running around a little bit, but I finally had some time to kind of follow up on this feedback on Furs of Fury, which he was asking for. Now, again, this game is on the Steam platform currently, and I'm not sure if it exists anywhere else. I think it may be exclusively on Steam right now. And I know most of you guys are used to my, Apple Arcade, iOS, tvOS sort of reviews. So you can see here, as far as my footage, I don't have live gameplay. That's just because what I record on and what I kind of play on is an older Mac Mini. I don't even know what year it is. So my live gameplay footage wouldn't really do this game justice. So I've taken some footage just from the Steam platform, I think, storefront for the game. Just kind of show you guys some of the gameplay here. Now, this is not going to be my standard review as far as, giving feedback on the gameplay. I'm going to kind of take a different approach since, my setup here, my computer's not really current with the specs that are really required to play this game effectively and kind of do it its full justice. I'm going to speak about more on I want to say target audience, and kind of who the game is really set up for, who it's designed for, and who you're trying to reach out to, kind of when you're developing a game. Kind of just giving my sort of perspective. Again, I'm not a developer myself, but just kind of looking from the outside in here. Now, when I was first, approached about this game from Andy, and I've read the title, I was thinking, a game that's, targeted towards a younger audience. And when I say younger, maybe like a K through 7. When I heard Furs of Fury, I'm thinking of like a younger audience, maybe not quite high school, maybe preteen. And as I was able to kind of get further into the game and download Steam, and before I get further into the game here, just a quick little tangent, Andy actually encouraged me to go ahead and install Steam onto my Mac Mini and everything like that, because again, most of my reviews are on Apple tvOS or iOS games. So I was like, let me go ahead and install Steam and kind of try this game out and just expose myself to more games, more games that are for PC and for Mac. So I kind of went through that process and set up a Steam account, just to kind of check some things out here. So I want to give him, a shout out, props on that, as far as just kind of encouraging me to kind of, spread my horizons a little bit more as far as kind of my potential games that I would review. Now, just kind of back to the game and more on the game here, as far as target audience and kind of what sort of gamer would kind of be, would this be designed for, and what sort of gamer would find this appealing or interesting or exciting to engage in. So just based off the title alone, I was thinking a younger gamer, maybe, and obviously kindergarten is probably too young, but I'm thinking more so elementary to, maybe early middle. And kind of as I was able to pull open the game, I was able to get more into the menus and kind of see the terminology and the verbiage and kind of the vocabulary that was kind of incorporated into the game. And kind of after kind of going through that, I saw that this game, even though it has maybe a title that would be appealing for a younger gamer. We're really looking at probably high school and up here as far as the way that these menus are set up, the terminology, the verbiage kind of used within the game, everything like that. It may not be necessarily appropriate for a younger gamer, like an elementary preteen. So maybe more so high school. It's just that I feel like with this game, the gameplay is solid, the graphics are solid, it looks really nice, it runs pretty smooth. It's just that when we're talking about target audience, then this is if the game is maybe not performing as far as getting the eyes that the developer wants to see on it and kind of getting the gameplay that it wants, I think that it may be due to kind of maybe some mixed sort of messaging, if that's the right term to use, as far as kind of what audience it's really designed for. Because we have our main characters, our race of characters, right? So we have otter, I think badger, mouse, squirrel, hare, things of that nature. So we do have animals, which are our lead characters, and which is fine. So we do have the animals that are our lead characters, but the game is which would kind of be appealing to a younger gamer, right? But again, the way that the game is set up and the gameplay and kind of the design and the different elements that are kind of within the game, it really would be probably more appropriate for a gamer that I would say is at least kind of 8th grade to high school. So I think that's kind of where where there may be some like an area of opportunity for the game potentially, where you would have maybe a kids version, because I know that Andy, like on the storefront for the game, right, for Forza Fury within Steam, I know Andy says that he's constantly making upgrades, and again, this game I think has been available within Steam I think since late July. So again, I think he reached out to me, with it, around late July to kind of just kind of give my feedback on the game. I think it's been available since then, and it's constantly kind of in development. He's making upgrades, etc. to it. I think there is an area of opportunity where there would be a version of this game that was kind of solely directed towards younger gamers. So you would keep the character designs and the main characters, keep that element to it, right? But I would say simplify some more of the verbiage and maybe some of the the dynamics of the game, the gameplay elements, to make it a little bit more simplified for a younger gamer. And again, I'm talking about probably 6th, 7th grade and below, that would for a gamer that would be able to pick this up and less of like an action RPG, action strategy, and more of just maybe a pure sort of action type game. Just to make it a little bit more simplified for a younger audience. And I think that would maybe do the game well, as just having maybe a slight spin-off. And again, I'm not a developer, and I know that things like that, decisions like that are huge decisions for a developer as far as time spent kind of either subtracting elements from their game or adding elements to the game to maybe curtail to a different sort of audience. But I just feel like with a game like this, we have the characters that are directed towards a younger audience, but the gameplay really more is on a higher level. And again, I don't play many of these PC games, so again, correct me if I'm wrong in my comments and everything like that, if I'm kind of misspeaking here and there as far as some of the different the elements and kind of what sort of age range they would fall into. But just kind of playing this really gives me more of a like a World of Warcraft sort of gameplay. But again, World of Warcraft, you don't see many, and again, from my experience, you're not going to see many younger gamers engage in that. And again, the main characters in those sort of games are, and again, this can be kind of boring, but those main characters, often you'll find knights and warriors and mages and valkyries and archers. You'll find those sort of main characters for those games. as opposed to animals, right? So again, an older gamer is going to want to be a warrior, a knight, whatever it may be, right? Which can be redundant, because that's every game, right? The lead character is a warrior, the lead character is a knight, something along those lines, right? So I see why they went with more of a with animals, like a different sort of variation on your main characters for this. So but I think that may kind of cause confusion as to who this game is meant for, who is that target audience, right? And again, this is if the game is struggling as far as kind of getting buy-in from the audience that he wants, at the end of the day. So I could be completely wrong and it's working fine, but I think that could be something that to look further into. If he's continuously making developments to the game and changing it, there may be some potential there to vary those main characters and kind of have almost two different versions of the game. One that could be more for an older sort of, I would say 8 through 12, and then maybe like a 6 through 7, or I'm sorry, like a K through 7, first through 7 sort of option here, just to kind of break apart it and make it clear as to kind of who would maybe enjoy this game, because as of now it really does stand as a game that I see that is with gameplay that is for someone that is fairly advanced within kind of these action RPGs, but again, not appealing as far as maybe the main characters and kind of what's going on with them. A lot of our sort of hardcore gamers, I guess, or veteran gamers, and usually they kind of fall within the high school range. They may not find it appealing being a squirrel or a hare as their main character. So that's the kind of only sort of main critique I would give for the game. Other than that, the gameplay, from what I've seen here on YouTube and everything like that, and on Steam, it does look pretty smooth. The graphics are okay. There's a lot of things that are right with this game. I would just say that we kind of want to revisit a little bit more of kind of again the audience and kind of who this game is really for. I think if that can be hammered down, that would make it a little bit easier as far as making those those developments and upgrades to the game, because it's hard to I would say that it's hard to, and again, I'm not a developer, that it's hard to make the proper additions or subtractions to your game. If the audience is still sort of, if you're still unsure of your main audience. And obviously, when you're a developer, you're an artist, you're a creator in general. Even for myself, I want my content, whatever I design, to be able to be digestible and appeasing to a wide audience, right? So you want the entire demographic, right? But in cases like these where you see that there may your art or your creation is not reaching as many people as you want, sometimes you may need to kind of go back and kind of maybe refocus your target audience. Like with my channel here, my YouTube channel, obviously, I want to make content that's for everyone, but I know that my audience is more than likely on the younger side, maybe predominantly male, things like that, and I have to make content and be consistent on kind of what I what I choose to put on my page, to make sure I maintain my audience and grow that specific audience. So I think that this game, and I don't want to sound repetitive, but there is kind of I would say kind of a mixed message again, kind of on who is the main audience for this game. Is it kind of a more advanced senior gamer that really enjoys kind of those really detailed action RPG sort of elements, or would it be better off to make it less RPG, more of an action, more of a dungeon type crawler type of experience for a younger gamer that's still kind of picking up games and and new to certain games. So I think that's one thing that I can kind of say, at the end of the day here. But other than that, I don't really have much more to say about the game. Again, it looks pretty. The sound is decent. Some of the voiceovers in the game are okay, kind of in that opening sequence. And, this is a great start, especially if this game is still kind of, I want to say early in the development, but again, a first attempt at, or an early attempt at at an action RPG, because definitely, it definitely has a lot of different elements in it, and I see a lot of opportunity for it to grow, and maybe expand onto different platforms and kind of get different looks. That's my feedback on Fears of Fury. If you enjoyed it, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, you can't win if you don't play.